Hello and welcome to Elizabeth's Craft Room for another quick tip. Today this is on markers. Our markers are water-based, which means they have the same ink in them as our ink pads. They are double-ended, so you have a fine end and you have a brush end. And with the brush ends you can actually ink up your stamps. And I'm just going to do this little fern in a completely inappropriate colour. It might be quite nice for Christmas. And so it actually works just the same as our regular ink. Like our ink pads, the markers can be re-inked, but most people have no idea how to do this. It takes quite a long time for you to need to re-ink your marker, but when you do, take something to take the brush end and pull it right out. Can you see that comes right out? You then need, trying desperately not to get ink on my fingers. Now this one doesn't actually need re-inking, so I'm not going to put very much in. But you then take your re-inker and just put some drops of re-inker into the barrel of the marker. Take the nib, the brush nib, and be careful not to touch the top of it because you don't want to damage that nib, and pop that back in. And if it's the brush end that's actually dried, you might want to leave it slightly downwards to let the ink go back into it. Something else you might like to do, if it's got completely dry, and really this has rarely happened to me if ever, you can actually just prime the tip, because it will help to draw the ink down into the tip ready to go again. Another little tip about our markers: they should always be stored flat, unless you're re-inking, as I've just mentioned, and you're trying to get the ink to go to one end or the other. Because the barrel is a combined barrel for both ends, they should always be stored flat. So don't ever store your markers in a pot. You need to keep them flat. So that's it. Thanks for visiting Elizabeth's Craft Room today for another quick tip. I'll be back with more soon.